So I've accepted the fact that I may be single for the rest of my life, and that's okay. It's okay for a multitude of reasons. First reason being that I did try for many years. I wanted to have a partner. It just didn't work out, and I'm 34 now. So I'm not closing off to the idea of it. I'm open to it, but I'm also not searching for it in hope and want. I'm just coming to peace with what may be. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, that's okay too. I'm not going to bum myself out anymore. I'm just telling you this is the probable reality, and I'm sure this is the reality for a lot of men and a lot of women as well, but I can only really speak for the men. And I think this is very common now, so that's why I'm speaking about it. And I've come to terms with it. I've found peace with it. So, and you could say, well, why are you talking about it if you found peace with it? Well, this is my form of expression, and I hope to connect with other people. Maybe I can help other people come to peace with it too. And coming to peace with it may actually help them find a partner, ironically enough, because then you are at peace within yourself and you're okay. If you have to live single for the rest of your life, then that's okay. And then you're actually in a better position to maybe meet someone. But the trick is you don't want to be in that place of lack where you're like clinging to that idea of meeting someone, because it may not happen, and then that may actually self-sabotage it happening. But for my own self and my own experience, I've just been through a lot of hardship in relationships. And I don't mean it in a victim sense, like we all play our fucking part in this tango, okay? I'm not meaning it like that. I just mean it's been difficult for everyone involved. And you reach a certain point, like I said, I'm 34. You reach a point where you're like, how much self-development do I have to do just for someone to consider staying with me and building a life? Because that's what I wanted. I wanted to have a partner, like a teammate, a partner in life, to tackle life together. But it just fucking hasn't happened. If anything, it's been so excruciating that I almost question why I wanted that in the first place. Maybe it was just this subconscious yearning. Maybe the way I was raised. So I was basically raised by a single mother. And that's a whole thing now. You've got this whole generation of men that were raised by women. And the issue with that, and look, I mean this as no offense, and please, like, there's a lot of women in my life who I care about and who I respect. So feel free to correct me. But what I'm noticing and what I've read about is that it's a generation of men that are raised by women with no father figures. And the thing is, women are raising men with this idea of how they think men should be. But the reality of biology is that women are actually attracted to this other type of man. And so there's a lot of resentment building for these men that have been raised by women, and they're quite feminine because they feel like they're doing everything that they were told by their feminine peers, their feminine parent, and they're just getting walked all over in relationships. And then they become resentful because they get walked over, they get cheated on, this, that, and the other. And yeah, so it's complicated. Like, I can only talk about it so much, like so briefly in this video. There's many layers to it, but my whole point is that it's a generation of men raised by women. Women think they know what a man should be, but it's fucking men up because it's not the reality of biology. I wish it were the case. I wish women wanted men exactly the way that they think they do, but in general they don't. I'm not saying all women. I'm not even trying to talk about women in this thing. I'm just illustrating what's happened to a lot of men, maybe the majority of men. And I actually think women would find this interesting, why they keep attracting the same partner or why their man is not living up to being the man. It's because of this shit. It's because like a lot of fathers just checked out. They just checked out. And they were just kind of like, you'll be fine. You'll figure it out. And so it's this generation that was coddled. And I mean, I feel like it's just going to get worse. But anyway, well, worse because at least like I grew up in the 90s. I was still able to like go outside and then I'll see you at nighttime. I'd just go outside. My mum would be like, bye. And I'd just come back later. Whereas I don't know if that happens so much anymore. And with video games, they're basically like crack. And I support video games because it's a great solution for men who are in this position. You just fucking play video games because you're like, this reality is bullshit. I can't do anything. No matter what I do, it doesn't fucking work out. Even if I have my best positive intentions, I learn about self-development, I attend classes, I learn new skills, and it's like the same shit. It's the same shit, different day. So I support video games 100% because it's a solution to this problem. And I don't blame women either because, well, why would you stick with someone? Why would you stick with a man who isn't meeting your needs when there's like 50 other men knocking at the door? You just be like, oh, well, next, 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 next. So I don't blame women either. It's like a predicament. It's kind of like an existential predicament. And look, there are many people that are fortunate enough that they meet the right partner and it just kind of happens and they get married, they have kids, la la la. I mean, it'd be interesting to know the divorce rates and how many people are having kids basically since COVID. That would be interesting. However, I do feel like people find their partner. I'm not trying to be cynical here. I'm not trying to be black pilling because I actually have hope. I have hope. I just think my personal circumstance is that I may actually be single for the rest of my life, even though I didn't want that to be the case. And I'm just coming to terms with it. And I suspect maybe I just have a different kind of purpose in this world. Maybe I'm meant to do something different. Because after a certain point, you feel like maybe the universe just doesn't want me to have that. Well, maybe the universe was protecting me until I was ready, or maybe the universe had a different fucking plan for me and I'm meant to fulfill this other thing. So if I'm not in a relationship and it's just not going to happen for me, then I may as well just go all in the crazy shit that I'm into and making videos like this. Because this is the shit that people in relationships don't get to do because you're fucking managing the relationship. You got kids, you got to go to work and blah, blah, blah. I got to go to work, but I don't have kids. I teach your kids though. You raise the kids, but I educate your fucking kids, all right? Okay? So I may never have kids, but I'm the one who will educate your kids, okay? And it's probably better that way because you're so caught up in the parenting aspect, you're fucking exhausted. You get home from work, you probably like blow up at the kids and then you feel bad. So you make up for it. Oh, fuck, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I feel like I have a different role to play. And I think we should each just be grateful and happy in our lane. If you've got a partner, why the fuck would you be jealous of my life? Because the way I'm living is the result of just not working out for me. So I'm doing all those things. You can call it Peter Pan syndrome, whatever. I don't give a fuck because it's just not working out for me. So I'm going to do all these things that a single person gets to do. It's not like I can go on holidays or anything, but I just mean following my creative endeavors, following my creative heart, making videos like this, making music, being a musician, whatever that means, being an artiste. So just shut the fuck up. Like, I wish I had a partner. And maybe people who have a partner wish they were single. So that's my point. Why would you be jealous and envious of each other? I'm just grateful to have oxygen to breathe. If you've got a partner, well, that's great. I'm happy for you. But don't tell me how I'm meant to live. That fucking irks me to tears. That pisses me right off. Don't tell me how I'm meant to live. If you're a parent, please avoid this trap of feeling like you've got to be the parent for everyone in your life just because you're a parent now. And so you talk to people around you like they're children and you're the parent. Give me a fucking break. Go do your thing. Just don't talk to me anymore if you're going to be that way. I can't fucking stand that shit. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. I already have parents. I don't like this dynamic. If you're not meeting me as an equal, fuck off out of my life. And just go live your life. Like, be grateful that you have kids and just go be a parent for fuck's sake. I'm not here asking to be parented. Listen here, Sonny Jim. Fuck off. Fuck off, man. Jeez. So, that's how it is. That's the way the cookie crumbles. So that's all I really had to say. That was my point. I just think I may actually be single for the rest of my life. And that's okay. I've come to terms with it. And I think there's a lot of other men and probably a lot of women as well who are coming to terms with it. That was my whole point. So if you get offended by any of that, I mean, it sucks to be you, but also feel free to just get in touch or leave a comment and let's get a discussion going. It doesn't have to be like, you fucking said something that was wrong. I didn't like it. Just fucking talk about it. Talk it through. Show me where I fucked up. It's not a big deal. Like, we can still be friends or we can not be friends. I'm just fucking open. Like, just go do whatever you need to fucking do at this stage. Because I'm fucking over it. I'm over it. I'm sick of it. And that's how it feels for me. It feels like I can't meet the needs of a partner. I can't meet their needs. And then I get cheated on. But there's more to it than that. I've been lazy in relationships. I've been passive. I feel like there is this expectation. Like, it'd be nice if I was just born and someone gave me an instruction book. This is how you should behave. This is what women like in relationships. Blah, 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 blah. Because it would just make things so much easier. Because that was the trigger for a lot of the anger that I'd experienced in relationships, was from feeling so confused that the other person has expectations and they expect me to know what they are without even telling me. That's when I'd get frustrated, because I'd feel like I'm doing all these things just to stay afloat, like life being hard enough. And really just struggling with that. And this idea that I'm not doing the things that other partners have done in the past. I just reach a point where I think I'm actually autistic. I may have Asperger's. I don't know if I understand social cues properly. I think I'm like halfway on the spectrum, because I know people who are quite Asperger spectrum and they cannot read social cues at all. So I'm not all the way there, but I'm not all the way normal either. And that's okay. I love who I am. I love who I get to be. But I think that may actually be why I've struggled so much in relationships, and why I have this experience of like the other person having expectations that I'm not living up to, and me feeling like, well, why don't you just tell me what they are? And then they go, no, you're meant to just know. It's like, fucking jeez, man. This is weird. This whole mind reading thing. Anyway, what's the point of going over this? But like, you can see why I've come to this conclusion. And I don't know what else I could really do. Like, how much more development can I do? How many more classes can I attend? How many more books can I read? How many more podcasts can I watch? After a certain point, you just feel like, maybe I'm just not cut out for this. Maybe it's just not meant to be. And that's okay. Everyone has their life to live. Everyone has the cards that they are dealt. Let this be my hand, and I will make the most of the hand I've been dealt, just like anyone can do. And that's the crazy thing, is I will still have people jealous and envious of my life, yet I don't think they could handle the solitary confinement. I'm exaggerating, but I don't think they could actually handle the solitude I live with. So me being creative, that's what I get to do, because I don't get to have the things that you have. So I get to do this thing. So if you're fucking jealous, you're like breaking down the social order. You're breaking down the rules of reality. Because how do you want to swap? This is like the grass is greener syndrome. Do you want to swap for like a year? Because I feel like you'll be kicking and screaming to go back to your life, okay? And maybe I'll be the same. But I'm not saying I want your life. And I don't think you want mine either. Anyway, now I'm ranting. Now I'm rambling. So I'm going to wrap it up there. But I've come to terms with being single, being alone. And just please stop trying to get me to meet someone, and especially don't say it'll happen one day, because what if it doesn't? What if it doesn't happen? I'm going to come looking for you. I'm going to knock on your door. Hello, I'm still fucking single. So anyway, and you know, some people get into marriages and it lasts like over a decade or decades, and they realize they were with the wrong person. So maybe I'm actually lucky, and you're trying to get me to do this thing just because you've done it. Anyway, this fucking world, fuck off. Just having a brain and a heart. All right. So anyway, let me know your thoughts. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, leave me a comment, send me a message. It's okay. If you took offense to this, it's okay. Like, we'll figure it out, okay? This is a temporary experience, okay? We're here and then we're gone. Just relax. And I send you peace and love. All the best.